Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Marvel Legends Thor Love and Thunder movie Waves Korg Build-A-Figure. Try and get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big, get your big badass toys at bigbadtoystore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And while you're down there, I ask you to please hit that like button, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell so you don't miss out on my future videos. And a big thanks to the Shart Squad, especially Just Plain Steve, and guiding me in my way to get this set over here. And what do you think of the Bafart, huh? It's been a while since I've done some Bafart. If you're like Cowboy Collector and myself and you want to show off the Bafart, hashtag Bafart. Anyway, the torso right here came with the smallest figure from the wave, Teen Groot. Then the right leg came with the Gore the God Butcher figure. Left leg came with the Jane Foster Mighty Thor. Right arm came with the Star-Lord figure. Left arm came with Ravager Thor. And then the head along with the club came with the King Valkyrie figure. All right, let's get this thing built. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? Oh, and got some tape left on there. Sorry, Bumblebee. But anyway, let's go ahead and knock this over. It's actually tricky to balance. And let's go ahead and straighten out this right or left leg. Yeah, that's securely in there. And then we get the right leg here. And then we get to the right arm there. Make sure it ports in past these shoulders. Yeah. And then get the left arm right there. Did I call that a leg a second ago? Dang it. Get the head right there and give him his club. And now we have... And here we have Korg all built and not looking bad. There's definitely some cool stuff going on over here. Let's just get a closer look at that accessory though, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So Korg comes with the one accessory. We get the same club that we'd seen last time. It's molded in the same exact way, but we just have the gold paint mixed in with the plastic with the gray paint over it, which I think it looks actually pretty good this way. You know, it looks better than this one, I guess. But still, I don't remember seeing him hold this at all in either of the trailers. So at this point in time, I'm just not really excited to have this as an accessory. Would rather have rope. So I'll admit, seeing more Korg in the latest Thor Love and Thunder trailer made me feel a little bit less salty about this figure over here, and I really do like Korg a lot, but again, I'm just still not really thrilled to have this as a Build-A-Figure. I liked the first one just fine. For a head sculpt comparison, you can see the smiling one right over here from Thor Ragnarok, and it has some paint detail on the head, and then this one's all serious. So I like that we're getting unique sculpts over here. The paint detail on this head sculpt is very, very subtle. Like at first I thought I was looking at just shadow lines, but there's very, very subtle touches of gray on the face over there. And there's looking at the side of the head and the back of the head. It looks like it has a little bit of paint on there as well. I am bummed out about this collar piece over here. What the heck? Hasbro drew a solid line across to where the paint starts and ends right over here. And I mean, it doesn't look bad. I like the color that they used for the plastic. But when you see this part, that does not look good at all. I think that looks pretty bad right there, just the way it kind of just doesn't really transition. It's just a cutoff where you have the brown over the beige. The straps have these nice detailed parts right here with the silver delicately picked out, as well as some of these lines right here on the straps. You don't get that same kind of paint detail right here, but you can see all these studs and everything have the silver paint on them. Missing one right over there, it looks like. So not every single one. And I do like the leathery texturing that you can see right here. And we do have new arms. So the torso is reused and the arms are actually brand new and pinless. So I do like that. And then here's looking at the back of the figure. You can see how less gray it looks without any paint. You can see where the line is right here where you get paint and then no paint on the inside of the arm right there, right? Kind of tricky to see, but yeah, this side paint, this side no paint, and then the studs have paint on the back. Get some nice gold right over here, which looks good. Is this Tooth Gnasher right there? I'm not 100% sure if that's Tooth Gnasher or not. The pants right here are missing the white trim paint, and that would make this pop a whole lot more, I think. The parts where you're supposed to have the red trim are there, so I'm happy to see that. But yeah, I will probably try to customize this and paint the white outline parts like how we're supposed to see in the trailer. You can see on the back of the figure, we do still get some paint over here, but significantly less than with the back right there. They did paint the straps, but again, that brown over beige just cuts off right there halfway through. So I wish we got that you know, on the whole part right there. That does bum me out. And then you can see we get the Korg toes right over there. And then he does have peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So other than the hip articulation, I do like the articulation on this figure overall. We get the same torso, so you can get the head to look up with that disc hinge and ball joint. It will shift forward and back like a pile driver, and you can get Korg to look all the way down. You get side to side motion right here and a little bit of head pivoting. Shoulders will move outward just about that much. You can move them inward and rotate forward, do a full 360 if you'd like. You get a bicep swivel, you get the pinless double jointed elbows that bend in that far, and then these sleeve pieces right here you can rotate around, easier to do on the left side rather than the right side though. And then on this side you could rotate the wrist side to side and it hinges up and down. This one has the horizontal hinge, and then you get a diaphragm joint that turns side to side, good diaphragm pivoting, crunches forward, crunches back. You also get a waist rotation right here. Then you got the hip issue, so you can move the hips outward that far. The legs will pop off due to it being a Build-A-Figure, but you can only move them inward this much. And I'm frustrated because this side can move in all the way, but this side just always wants to spring back outward. Then I did remove the legs from the thighs down to try to get in there and see what was going on, and it was kind of tricky to do, but I did cut away at some of the plastic on the inside, and that did not help things. So, bummed out about that, especially it's just this left side that's bothering me the most. Anyway, you get the upper thigh cut, and then you have the pinless double jointed knees. No boot rotation, wish we had boot rotation. Ankles do move down, they do move up. You cannot turn them side to side, but it does have beautiful ankle pivot. Now trying to measure out this Korg figure while the legs are all kind of spread out like that, you can see that Korg is standing just under 8 inches tall. Maybe if you had the legs straightened out, it'd be closer to that 8-inch mark, but still, yeah, a little under 8 inches. Now trying to get these Korg legs as close to each other as much as possible, comparing it to the Ragnarok version of Korg over here, you can see that they stand at about the same height, as they should. And just because I wanted to compare Korg next to the Vintage Collection Retro Card Thing figure from Marvel Legends, and for some reason, in my mind, I was just imagining this standing just as tall as the Korg figure, but no, he's a lot shorter than Korg. And here's Gore next to all the other figures from this wave, and I gotta say, I am disappointed in this wave. This is really not one of my favorite Marvel Legends waves, not as bad as some of the other waves, but really not my favorite. Anyway, to rank these, which was kind of tricky to do when I got to the middle, at the very bottom, I'm giving it to the Star-Lord figure right there. I was expecting to like the Teen Groot figure the least, but nope, that Star-Lord figure is my least favorite figure from this wave. And then I'm giving it to the Teen Groot figure, and then I'm giving it to the Build-A-Figure Korg, and then above Korg, it goes to Ravager Thor. And that was a really tough decision for me between Ravager Thor or King Valkyrie. I really like those two figures the same. I really like them a lot. But yeah, Ravager Thor below the Valkyrie, just because I feel like we're going to see more King Valkyrie or Valkyrie looking like that than seeing Thor looking like that in the movie. And then above King Valkyrie, I'm giving it to the Gore figure. I really like this a lot and very interested in seeing Christian Bale's performance in the movie. What I've seen so far already looks awesome. And then at number 2, I am giving it to the Jane Foster Mighty Thor. Really dig the figure a lot. I do have my gripes with it and everything, but I had to give the number 1 spot to the gold helmeted Thor. And I just love that figure. It looks so freaking cool to me. It's the most badass looking one. Plus, you get the interchangeable head feature if you have that figure too on top of it. But yeah, if I were to just have the figure only like that, I would still be really happy with it. So anyway, I want to know what your ranking is. If you leave a comment down below with your ranking and I read it, I will give it a heart. Build-A-Figure next to your average 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Wow, the world really needed another Korg figure, huh? I'm Groot. Wow. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And a big thanks to all these people over here that support this content via the Tron and membership. And thank you to all of you that actually do hit those buttons that I mentioned earlier. Really appreciate that as well. This figure is a disappointment for me just because I just don't personally feel the need to have the character again in the collection. Also, I mean, I have the issues that I mentioned earlier, right? Like with the hips or getting those legs moving inward, that bothers me. Seeing the big gaps of paint, that looks really ugly in certain angles, you know? Like, yeah, you could work around it, but I mean, the figure needs to be repainted really bad. Like, it's unfortunate, and there's still some really good paint on there, but it still needs to be painted better. You need the white paint on the pants, and maybe some more shadowing around the rock, you know, for the rock texturing and everything, I think could be better, you know? So, yeah, I'm not really that pumped for this figure. In this moment of time, I have not seen Thor Love and Thunder yet, so I don't know. Maybe I'll feel differently later on, but at this point, I'm giving this Build-A-Figure a Sun rating of meh. And I'd like to know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news and a photo gallery of images, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and whatnot. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.